Good day. I welcome you back once again, Dr. Scott, your online headache doc, the only doctor of any kind certified by both the American and International Boards of Commonsensical Medicine. Welcome to this week's episode of Relief at Last, what your doctor won't tell you about your migraines, your headaches, and your ongoing pain. Today we're going to discuss the 3 biggest secrets that your doctor doesn't want you to know. And unfortunately, these secrets, which, by the way, may not be secrets to some of you, are actually keeping you from finding the proven, significant, long-lasting relief that you're looking for. And as you hear me say each and every week, you must become the expert. Because as we've established many times prior, professional opinions are just that. They are just opinions, and if you seek help from 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 different doctors, therapists, or specialists, you are probably going to get 1 or 2 or 3 and probably 4 differing, conflicting opinions. So you alone must become the expert and not rely solely on professional opinions. So today I want to discuss the 3 biggest secrets your doctor doesn't want you to know, and we're going to dive right in right now. Secret number 1, there's a much better chance than not that your doctor has absolutely no idea why you're having migraines, headaches, or possibly ongoing pain. Our medical system, and I don't use the word healthcare because when it comes to migraines, headaches, and pain, in the United States, we have a symptom treatment system with each different type of doctor, therapist, using whatever method or mode of treatment they're trained to provide in an attempt to temporarily treat or to manage your migraine, headache, and pain symptoms. We're not looking to manage your symptoms. We need to pinpoint the real, true cause of your symptoms, because if you don't know what the cause is, you're obviously never going to be able to address this. So, in healthcare as a whole, in migraine and headache and chronic pain specialties, the general consensus, especially with migraine and headache disorders, is either number 1, these are neurological disorders, and there's nothing we can do except attempt to manage the symptoms, or, quite frankly, we just don't really know. They just happen to some people. And by the way, you just happen to be one of those people suffering with migraines, headaches, or pain. So, secret number 1, there's a very good chance your doctor, your specialist, does not even know what the real, true cause of your symptoms is. Therefore, you end up on the medical merry-go-round of trying this and trying that and trying this, and unfortunately, many people never get off of that crazy ride. They're riding that medical merry-go-round for the rest of their lives, and that is disappointing, and it's quite frankly pretty sad. You must become the expert. Secret number 2, your doctor's recommendations may very likely be contrary to decades of published medical research. So, medical research has been published on why people get migraines of all types, headaches of all types, and what's interesting is this. Secret number 1 was your doctor really probably doesn't have any idea why you're having your symptoms. Yet, secret number 2, there are decades upon decades of proven, published medical research that, once again, your doctor is likely unaware of. So The only recommendations our doctors, therapists, chiropractors, surgeons, neurologists, pain management specialists recommend is whatever kind of treatment it is that they happen to, quote unquote, sell. And that is what you're going to get. And that's what the person before you got. And that, unfortunately, is what the person after you is going to get. Attempting to manage your symptoms with whatever method of treatment it is they happen to provide. Now, if that's what you're looking for, then by all means, pursue the carnival ride of the medical merry-go-round for life. Because there are countless ways to treat or to attempt to manage your migraine and headache symptoms. Go for it. Knock yourself out. But if you're actually looking for a more significant, long-lasting improvement, then you've got to pinpoint the real, true cause of your symptoms first. And the medical research that's been published dating back to the early 1950s and continuing to this day says there's a 70% chance or greater that your migraines and headaches are not a head problem. And this is the reason that neurological testing, yes, we're told our migraines are a neurological disorder. They are not in most cases. All neurological testing seems to be unremarkable or normal. All imaging studies of your head may be normal. They will not show us the real true cause of your migraine and headache symptoms because we're looking in the wrong place. The medical research has clearly stated time and time and time again that the vast majority of headache and migraine symptoms are the result of specific upper spine disorders and not a problem originating inside of your head. And as we discussed last week, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have neck symptoms. When you have spinal pressure or spinal canal compression, obviously the brain and the spinal cord are connected with the brain stem, the junction box of the human body that both sends and receives messages from the brain. And if anything in the upper spinal canal is compressed, there will be a quote-unquote short circuit, and you will experience symptoms that are not normal, not because you have a neurological disorder, but because you're experiencing neurological type symptoms as the result of a specific structural disorder of the upper spine. This is not opinion. This has been proven, published fact in medical and scientific research for decades, yet your doctor likely has absolutely no idea. Again, you must become the expert. And the third biggest secret is there are, in fact, proven, realistic solutions for you. There are options available that will provide significant long-lasting relief from your migraine and headache symptoms. Yet again, if your doctor, number one, is unaware of these solutions, you will never be offered these solutions. And sadly, number two, there is, in fact, a huge amount of ignorance and arrogance in the medical community as a whole against anything other than quote-unquote traditional medical and drug therapy. Virtually weekly in my day-to-day practice for approaching 32 years now, there are people's primary care doctors, pain management specialists, neurologists that are actively discouraging them from pursuing other options other than what they recommend, which is failing drug therapy. And as you've heard me say many times before, I'm not opposed to medication. We need amazing medical specialists. We need medication when it's used appropriately. And the appropriate use of medication with migraine and headache disorders is to help temporarily manage your symptoms while the cause of the problem is being addressed. Not, let's drug you to death and make you a drug-dependent American for the rest of your life. You are now a lifelong customer of the pharmaceutical industry. That's not a title that I want to have. So, let me give you a quick review and one piece of advice before we finish this week's episode. The three biggest secrets are: number one, there's a much better chance than not that your doctor, your specialist, your therapist has absolutely no idea what the real true cause of your migraine and headache symptoms is. You must become the expert. Number two, there's a good chance that your doctor, therapist, or specialist's recommendations are contrary to decades upon decades of proven, published medical research, and you may be being sold whatever goods, services, pills, shots, and potions that doctor or specialist just so happens to provide, whether it addresses the real cause of your symptoms or not. And the biggest secret that your doctor doesn't want you to know is there are, in fact, proven solutions available, and not for helping you feel just a little bit better. We want you to experience the significant, long-lasting relief that you absolutely deserve, and the only way to do that is by you becoming your own expert, because as we know, professional opinions vary greatly, they contradict each other, and that puts you in a terrible position. You should not be in the position of having to decide which doctor, therapist, who do you believe. You need to believe decades upon decades of proven published medical research, whether your doctor is completely ignorant of that research or not. Don't become a lifelong drug-dependent patient. Take control of your health, know, understand, and make your important healthcare decisions for your migraine and headache corrective care based on this proven research and not differing, conflicting opinions. I want you to take this step today. I want you to visit onlineheadachedoc.com in the coming days as we begin adding new features before the end of November. I would like to personally pledge my help to you or to someone you care about that continues to battle ongoing migraines, headaches, or chronic pain, and many of us, and this includes me, in years past, I felt like I had tried everything. And some of that provided a small bit of temporary relief, but my symptoms continued to return time and time and time again, worsening as time went by without any answers from my doctors or specialists whatsoever, other than, well, why don't we try this and see how that does for you? Anytime your doctor is experimenting with you, trying things out, hoping that they're going to find the magic pill, it doesn't exist. It never has existed, and it never will exist. Find and fix the real, true cause of your migraine and headache symptoms once and for all. There is no other way. Thank you for listening. I'm hoping that I can help many of you in the coming days and weeks. I would love to visit with you personally, one-on-one, give you a step-by-step, simple guideline so that you know what to do. Where do you turn? Who should you see for your migraines or headaches that will lead you in the direction toward living a happy, healthy, active, migraine and headache-free life. And yes, it is realistic, but only if you are willing to take action and you are willing to become the expert. I'm Dr. Scott, your online headache doc, and those are the facts. And everything else, well, it's just another conflicting opinion. The information contained in this podcast is for informational purposes only and is not meant to substitute for your doctor or healthcare provider's advice or recommendations. It is based on Dr. Scott's personal experience battling debilitating migraines for years, as well as his more than 31 years in private practice, specializing exclusively in migraine, headache, and chronic pain disorders. Copyright 2024 by Milagros Media, LLC.